Hello, hello. Welcome to the Saturday morning organizing sprints. I'm Vivian from FTB Home Organizing. It is 7 a.m. here in New York, and we're up early to get this done and get on with our day, right? So, thank you for joining. If you are here with me live, say hi in the comments if you're here live. Don't let me be the only one who's up at 7 a.m. to do this. But welcome. Thank you for joining. And if you're watching this on the replay, welcome. Thanks for watching. Also, say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Where are you in the world? I am in New York today. I live in Portugal most of the year, but I'm in the States helping some clients get their homes organized before the holidays hit. And so today I stayed at a friend's house last night and I'm in her kitchen and I'm going to be working on her refrigerator today with you, right? So if you are in my 30 days to ready challenge and saw today's email, you'll know that we are focusing on the fridge and the freezer today. I don't know if you're scared about that or if you're like, yes, I need to get my fridge in order. This past week, we've been decluttering and organizing and inventorying our cupboards and our pantries, right? Or wherever we're keeping the food that's not in our fridge and our freezer, right? Because if there is ever a season when you need a pantry that is properly and appropriately stocked and organized, it's the holiday season, right? You're doing a bunch of baking, you've got guests coming in and out, you're going in and out, so you need to be able to quickly put together food for yourself. So we've been working for the past week, really, in our pantries, cupboards. Today we're moving into the fridge and the freezer, right? So if you're like, I have got to get all of this sorted out, our organizing sprints today is a great time to do that, right? If you're not in the 30 Days to Ready series, there's still time. You can still join us, right? It is day 19 of 30 today, so you're not late. Today's the last day that we're going to be in the kitchen. I think today's our last day in the kitchen, and we're moving on to living room, bathroom, entryway, co-closet, Christmas decorations, right? So there's still a lot to be done. It's not too late to join us. We are working in this 30 days to get the hosting areas of our home ready to go before Thanksgiving so we can just relax and enjoy the holiday season, right? We've still got 11 days till Thanksgiving hits, 12 days till Thanksgiving. So it's not too late to join us. It's not too late to get your home in order. So we are working on the fridge today. The fridge and the freezer is the email. And here's how the sprints go down. If you've never done a sprint, here's what we're doing. It's Pomodoro, right? We're going to work for about 45 minutes on a task. And then we're going to take a break. And then we're going to work for 45 minutes more, right? So we're going to get 2 sprints in this morning. The first sprint, I think we're going to focus on the refrigerator. If you're following the 30 days to ready. Look, if you're not following the 30 days to ready and you're like, I just need to get organized. Like I need the thing that's causing me stress right now is, I don't know, maybe you had a crazy week and you like tried on a million outfits before you found one that worked for you to go to work. And so you just have clothes all over the bedroom and you're like, if what you need to like lower the anxiety and increase the happiness, if what you need is to get your bedroom, put the clothes away, do that in the first sprint, right? The whole goal of all of this really is just to create calm in our space, right? So that where we live doesn't feel chaotic because of the clutter, right? So whatever you need to do in this time that you've set aside to get your home in order, whatever you got to do it, right? Um, so we're going to sprint 45 minutes. If you have questions, like the beauty of being here live is that if you have questions as you're working, right? Questions like, I don't know what to do with this, or where do you think I should put this? Or, whatever question you have when it comes to organizing, when you're getting stuck in your decluttering or your organizing. Um, Pop the question in the comments, right? I'm here, you're here. If you have questions, let's talk about it, right? Let's figure it out. There's no reason for you to stay stuck if you don't have to. So, all right, we're going to tackle the fridge in our first sprint. So let's talk about the fridge. I'm going to keep this graphic up while we're sprinting so you can see it. It just sort of talks through like the process that I always use when I'm organizing uh, anything, really. It's the process, but this is specific for a fridge or a freezer, right? So when I'm organizing a fridge or a freezer for a client or for myself, this is the process that I use. So you know this, right? Step one, pull everything out of the fridge, right? You got to pull it all out, right? And so if you're following the 30 days, we cleared a space. The first week, we cleared a space for us to do all of our sorting and categorizing and editing, right? So I call it the table island. So if you hear me saying that and you're not part of the 30 days and you're like, what the heck is a table island? It's just a surface, a clear surface that you have to work on, right? So let me move you around over here so you can see a little bit of my setup without destroying everything. All right, so where's my setup? Where's the fridge? There's my fridge. All right, so I've got the fridge here, and I've got a countertop over here that I'm going to put food on, and then I've got like a bench here. So I'm going to pull everything out of the fridge, set it up on my table island, look at the expiration dates, right? And anything that is expired, we're not putting, right? We're not putting expired food back in the fridge, right? Anything that's moldy, we're not putting that back in the fridge. Not happening, right? So that is step one, right? Pull everything out, peek at the expiration dates. Here's a quick tip to keep you moving. Like anything that you're pulling out that's expired or nasty or like gross, not going back in the fridge, instead of like stopping to clean it out and then put like the container and whatever, just stick it in your sink, right? And you're going to rinse the container and toss it and all that stuff when you're done. Don't slow your flow, right? When you're in decluttering mode, don't stop to take care of little things, right? So just anything that's expired, stick it in your sink. You'll deal with it when you're done, right? Keep going. So remember, oh, sorry, got distracted for a second. All right, so step one, pull it out, check expiration dates. You're putting everything on your table island, right? Now, when you're putting it on your table island, when you're taking out and putting it all together, what you want to do is keep your categories of things together, right? Put all of your cheeses together, your yogurts together, your condiments together, your salad dressings together, your soda and juice, whatever it is, keep it all together. That will make it easier when you're putting it back. It will also make it easier when you are doing your inventory to see what you have, right? Because That's step two. You're going to sort your food into categories. And then what I want you to do, remember on Sunday when we made that list of food that we need, that we want. We don't need to make food. We want to make Thanksgiving dinner, and we want to make Christmas cookies, and we want to do all of the holiday things. All of those, that list of food that you want to make during the holiday season, and then the ingredients to make all that food, those two lists that we made on Sunday, take your ingredients list, have a look at your table island, and start ticking things off that list, right? What do you already have? Because when you go to the supermarket or you order your Fresh Direct this week or next week, you don't want to buy things that you already have, right? You don't want to fill up your fridge with stuff you already have. So while you've got your food out, before you put it back in, do a quick inventory. Quick, easy, tick, 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 right? And then you know what you need to buy and what you don't. Then, before you put your food back, give your fridge just a quick wipe down. Or, I don't know, if it needs a deep clean, do a clean, right? Let's put our food back into a clean space. And then we're going to put the food back. And if you're like, where would I put the food back? I've given you a couple of guidelines here, right, of how to keep your food, right? So on your upper shelves, you're going to put your leftovers, your drinks, and your like ready to eat foods, right? Your yogurts, your cheeses, your deli meats, like anything else that you can just pull off a shelf and eat. It's usually packaged, prepackaged foods, right? Those are going to go on your upper shelves. In the door, you're just going to put condiments, like, because the door is the warmest part of your fridge. And so anything that you need to keep cool needs to go in the fridge, not the door. So you can also keep drinks in the door, not milk, right? Milk needs to stay cold. But like soda, beer, wine, like things that aren't going to give you salmonella or botulism or something if they don't stay cool, right? And then the lower shelves are where you're going to keep your meat, your fish, your chicken, and then your fruits and vegetables, right? Like your raw ingredients go on the bottom of your fridge. And if you're worried, which we should probably all be worried about this, contamination with your meats, try to keep your meats on in the lowest part of your fridge, so that if there is dripping, they're not going to drip on your fruits and vegetables. And so your drawers, they really need to set up a refrigerator so that you can do that, right? I assume that like restaurant fridges are set up this way. Home fridges are not set up to have your meat on the bottom, right? They're mostly set up to have your fruit. The two drawers are on the bottom, right? For your fruits and your vegetables. And then you have to put your meat somewhere else. If you don't want your meat above your fruits and vegetables because you're worried about dripping, go ahead and just use one of those two drawers on the bottom for your meat. Put vegetables in one drawer, meat in the other drawer, keep it separate, and you don't have to worry about it. If you need both of those drawers, one for fruit, one for vegetables, or maybe they're both full of vegetables because you're like super healthy. Another thing you can do is get like just a plastic container, and this is now your meat drawer, right? Because this is going to collect any juice that might leak. And it's not going to get in anything else, right? It's not going to contaminate the rest of your fridge, right? You're keeping your meat separate. So that's something you can do. What else do I need to tell you? Yeah, so we're putting the food back. Easy peasy. Uh, if you run across food that is like, oh, there's just like this much jam left or this much whatever, um, why not keep that near the front so that you can use it and then be done with it? And either like replace it with a full jar of jam, right? Or now you just have space for jam, right? Remember, right now, we're trying to make space for what is coming next week. And by what is coming, I mean the Thanksgiving groceries, right? You're going to have a turkey, you got to have a place to put it. So while you're organizing your fridge, start thinking about where am I going to put the Thanksgiving groceries, right? And make some space, right? So if you've got leftovers that are in there, like let's eat them in the next couple of days so that we've got them out of the fridge ready for the good food that's coming. All right, so we are going to sprint for about 43 minutes, right? We'll go to the top of the hour. If you have questions, pop them in the comments. Um, and I'm going to set my alarm so that I don't get to working and forget to stop. um, and then I will see you at the top of the hour, right? I'll see you 8 o'clock in New York, or I don't know, whatever time zone you're in. See you at the top of the hour. Have fun in your fridge. So another quick tip, I just want to share real quick. If you've got fruit that's in like packaging, the packaging takes up so much space. So I'm not one of those people that thinks you need to decant everything in your refrigerator, like take things out of one package and put them in another. You already have a package for this. It's called the fruit drawer. So take it out of this, which takes up so much space, and just drop it in your fruit drawer. Okay, it's the top of the hour. That's your 45 minutes of working. It is now time to take a break. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. Uh, or I read this somewhere that there's actual like studies have been done on this, right? If you work for 45 minutes and then take a break and do 10 squats, I mean, this is oddly specific, right? It's specific 45 minutes and then stand up and do 10 squats. It's supposed to be like good for your, I don't know, good for your body, good for your mental health, good for whatever, right? I don't know. I read this somewhere. I believe it because it's super oddly specific. Um, so, did you get your fridge done in the 45 minutes? I did. I got the fridge done. Um, and there was not a whole lot of stuff that was expired, which is good. Um, and I was able to organize. I gave her a little meat tray. Is it a tray? It's a bin, a meat bin. And then she's got her drawers are used for fruits and vegetables. And then she has another drawer that sort of separates out her cheese and her yogurts. Um, and then in her door, she's got a whole bunch of condiments and then drinks on the bottom. Um, so don't forget in your refrigerator, you can adjust the shelves. So you can like make it whatever height you need to make it to accommodate what you're putting in there. I forget sometimes that I can adjust the shelves in bookcases and in the refrigerator and in your cupboards, right? If you can adjust the shelves, that can help give you more space in the sense that you're able to um, create bigger spaces for bigger things and smaller spaces for smaller things. That way you can fit more stuff in your space if it actually is designed for that, right? You don't want to have a giant shelf and then have all these short little things on it, right? Because then you're wasting all of that space in the middle. So if you can adjust your shelves, don't forget to do that. I know it's a pain in the neck in the fridge to take the shelves out and to take the drawers out and to rearrange everything, but it can make all the difference in the world. So don't forget. Um, all right. So tell me, how did it go for you? I didn't find anything in the fridge that was super scary. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I find, uh, I think I told the story in the email. I used to live with a roommate who would make macaroni and cheese in the pot on the stove. And then instead of like putting the leftover macaroni and cheese, whatever she didn't eat, instead of putting it in, a Tupperware container or something and putting it in the fridge for leftovers, she would just put the whole pot in the fridge. Fine, right? Because you're going to put it in a pot and heat it up. This was back in the days before, like, we didn't have a microwave. It was like right out of college. And for whatever reason, I went to college back when like microwaves were not a thing that people had really. I mean, my grandparents had a microwave, but they believed that they never used it really because they were afraid of the microwaves frying our brain, right? You don't want microwaves out in the air, like zipping into your brain. Yeah, I'm old. Microwaves were new. So instead of like reheating things in the microwave, we had to put them in a pot or put them in the oven to reheat them, right? It's actually the way I still do it because I still to this day don't have a microwave in my house. I'm not anti-microwave. I don't have one. Um, so I'm like, fine, you just stick the pot in because you're going to put the pot back on the stove to heat it up. But then she'd never heat it up. She was never going to eat those leftovers. She was never going to eat it. And that pot would sit in the refrigerator for months, weeks, for a super long time. And it would get disgusting, right? Until finally I was like, oh no, we can't be having this pot. It's taking up too much space in the fridge. We need space in our fridge because I want to put like a pizza in there or something. So I'd be like, I don't even want to open the lid on this pot to see what is in it because it had been in there for so long. I was like, there's going to be a whole ecosystem living inside this old macaroni and cheese pot. I was sure of it. I was like, not, I was afraid. I was afraid of what was in there. And I'm not going to lie to you, there were a couple times that we just threw the pot away because I didn't want to look at it. I certainly didn't want to clean it. And my roommate was definitely not looking at it or cleaning it. So this was before we also realized that we were destroying the environment by filling up landfills with crap. So you know better, you do better. Here we are today. All right, so the fridge is done. I think for the next sprint, maybe move on to your freezer. I took a peek in my friend's freezer and there's not much in there and it's fine. So I'm not going to do the freezer. I might actually move on to one of her cupboards though, where she keeps the food, the baking food, because what if we want to make cookies later today? I mean, we should find out if we have all of the ingredients to make the cookies. I know we have butter because I just saw it in the fridge. So I don't know if we have sugar or flour or salt or chocolate chips. Or whatever. So maybe I'll do the cupboards during the second sprint. But if you are doing your freezer, all right, so check this out. If you are doing your freezer, you're going to follow basically the same structure, right? The same steps, right? You're going to pull everything out of your freezer, toss out anything or put it in your sink. I guess this is what we're doing. Anything that is unidentifiable, anything that is freezer burned, or that you're like, no, right? And I suppose also check expiration dates. Although it's been frozen, things don't sort of stay good forever. And if you're a little bit leery about it, I mean, better safe than sorry, right? Go ahead and toss it out. Put everything out, put it by categories, right? Keep your ice creams together, keep your frozen vegetables together, frozen fruits together, like freezer meals, freezer pizzas, like if you do the breakfast, like waffles or whatever, keep all of that stuff together. Give your freezer like a quick clean if you need to. Maybe a quick defrost if you need to. My freezer in Portugal, it's just full of snow. It's apparently not self-defrosting if there is such a thing. I don't know. My friend's freezer here is fine. There's no snow in it. So she's got a better freezer than I do, clearly. But yeah, I always have to like defrost because I don't have any room in my freezer because it's just full of snow. So give it a clean, whatever you need to do to make it sparkling beautiful. And then put your food back in. And if you want some tips on how to put the food back in, like how to keep it organized so that maybe it's easy for you to find, I always put it back in by category so that you know if you're looking for, you don't have to dig through everything to look for the frozen peas, right? You know they're going to be with the frozen vegetables. So I've got two diagrams here. Hang on, I'm backwards. This one up here is if you have like a freezer on the top, like above your refrigerator, which is what the setup my friend has, like refrigerator below, freezer above, and they're usually kind of small and they're like this. I was going to say this would work if the freezer was below too, but I think the below freezers are a drawer, so they're a little bit trickier because you're stacking things on top of each other pretty much. So let me give you the tip for that first, and then we'll talk about these two. If you're in a freezer drawer situation, and so you have to stack things, two suggestions. I would get maybe some of those plastic bins, like I showed you for the meat drawer bin, and have it be a vegetable bin, a fruit bin. So that way you can at least, when you're looking for something, you know, like if you're looking for frozen strawberries, you know they're in the fruit bin. And so you can just pick up bins and find the bin you're looking for instead of having to rummage through your entire freezer, getting frostbite on your fingers. The second tip I will give you is if what you mostly have in your freezer are boxes of frozen meals or pizza or waffles, stick them in like your file folding. I call it file folding, but maybe you don't know what that means. Let me see if I can find something to show you. Yeah. So stick them in your freezer like this, right? Like in the drawer like this, so you can look in the drawer and just pull it out, right? Instead of putting them like this, where you're having to like look at every single thing to rummage through to find what you're looking for, put them in like this. And then you look in the drawer, oh, this is what I want, and you can pull it right out. That makes it a little bit easier, a little more organized. But if you are, what I like to do in, so a freezer that is on top of the fridge, in the door, I like to keep like fruit in the door and vegetables in the door, because they normally come in those little bags, and so they're easy to stick in the shelves, I guess, in the door, and then grab them out. And then anything else that comes in a box, I like to keep in the main part of the shelf, along with like if you're freezing meat or chicken or fish or soups or things like that, I keep them in the main part of the fridge, right? And then again, keep them in sections so you always know where you're looking. And then if you have like a side, like if the refrigerator side of your fridge, like if it's side by side, right? Fridge, freezer, right? Side by side. Although it should open this way, right? It should be closed, open fridge, freezer. I don't know. This is how I like to organize it, right? Again, frozen fruits and vegetables, I like to just drop them in the bins on the door side when it's open. And then on the shelves, sort of designate one shelf for one type of item. And again, if you can adjust those shelves, adjust the shelves, it will give you more space, right? So, and if you can file fold things, instead of stick them on a shelf like this, whatever in your space gives you the most room, you know, stacking like this on a shelf or stacking like this on a shelf, try it both ways and see where you can get the most space for what you are actually storing. So that's the idea on that. All right, so I think we should go into our second sprint then. If you're going to work on your freezer, I will leave this up. I'm going to go here and work on that cupboard. Let's see if I move this. Can you see that cupboard? Maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to work here in this cupboard. And yeah, if you got questions or you just want to say hi in the comments, say hi. And I will see you again at the top of the hour. So we'll go for about 45 minutes. See you soon. So again, I'm just going to pop in and give you another tip. Whatever you're cleaning out, if you have single serving things in like the packaging, packaging takes up so much space in your cupboard. So ditch the packaging and just keep your single serving packets in their single serving packets. That way, one, you can see how many you have, and two, you're saving a ton of space in your cupboard. Candy for someone that doesn't like candy. Fifteen, 20, 17. Must have used by when? 2015? There's no way this is from 2015. No. Okay. Okay. What am I putting there in the back? Protein oats. Oops, say cream of wheat. Cream of wheat. Okay, is there candy? Tea, throat therapy. Tea. The candy goes in there. They're really thick. Can I go down? Yeah. Does this work? Does this work? Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe this. It's up here. Here. I'm just going to cut in and just because I want you to know that when you're doing things in your kitchen, it's okay to try stuff and then change it, right? So I thought maybe I could move one of my shelves lower so that I could rearrange things so they were a little bit more convenient. But when I moved the shelf lower, it made it really hard to get to the stuff that needed to be on the second shelf because you couldn't really see what was in there and things were going to get lost. So try it. If it doesn't work, you can always move it back. Okay, that's it. We are at the top of the hour. It's 9 o'clock here in New York, and we just finished our second sprint. So great job. Um, did you do your freezer? What did you do? I did a cupboard, and looks pretty good. You want me to show you how I organized it? Let me show you. Let me bring you over here. I'll show you what I did. It took a little bit of rearranging, but this is what it looks like. It's a bit of a pantry cupboard, right? And so let me see, can you see everything? So here's how I organized it. Baking goods, breakfast, extras, right? So extras and stuff that she doesn't use very often, right? Up on the top. Sweets, which also she doesn't use very often. She's not a sweet person. If this was my house, sweets would be right here, right? I'm grabbing the sweets all the time. But she's not a sweet person, so we don't need easy access to the candy. Me, I do. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this very well. And sorry, it's so shaky. But I'm holding my laptop. So sweets, salty snacks, right? Nuts, pretzels, the goldfish packets, right? Salty snacks, and then tea and honey. So she's got like a little hot drink beverage section here. And so that's how I organized the cupboard, right? Stuff she doesn't need very much on the top, and then moving down to the stuff that she uses easy access, right? So that's what I did during the second sprint. So if you are feeling like you're in a groove and you want to keep going, right? You want to keep working. Keep working on something in your kitchen, right? Whether it's another cupboard that you just want to like clear out and reorganize, do it. If you're still working fridge and freezer, great. But yeah, it's Saturday. Maybe you just want to like stop working and go outside. It's a gorgeous day here in New York. Big moon last night means good day today, right? So I don't know. I just made that up. I like to think that's true. But yeah, so that is the end of our Saturday organizing sprints. If you want to keep going, all you got to do is set an alarm on your phone or set a timer on your phone or on your kitchen, kitchen timer for, you don't have to go 45 minutes. Maybe you just go 30 minutes, right? And do whatever you're going to do. Focus on your one thing for 30 minutes. And then when the timer goes off, take a break. It's a really good way to sort of stay productive and get distracted, right? When you know that for 30 minutes, you're only going to do this one thing, right? You're not going to end up scrolling on your phone, or you're not going to end up, walking to different parts of your house or whatever. You're not going to get distracted, right? You're doing one thing until the timer goes off. Yeah. So I'm going to sign off. If you're working on stuff and you have questions, or you're like, I don't know what to do, totally, you can send me an email, and I'll get back to you, and we'll see if we can work it out. Otherwise, great job today. We've got the fridge sorted out. We've got a cupboard sorted out at my friend's house. I hope you've got some stuff sorted out too. If you're part of the 30-day challenge, here's what's coming up this week. We are moving out of the kitchen, and we're moving into the bathroom and the living room and the entryway, right? The other hosting areas of our home that people are going to be coming to and hanging out in. I mean, I don't know that people are hanging out in the bathroom, but people are going to want to use the bathroom. and you're going to want to use the bathroom. So let's get it like put together. So that's what we're doing this week. We're going to declutter, we're going to organize, we're going to look at the things in your coat closet. We're going to look at your Christmas decorations and maybe the stuff that's in the closet that your Christmas decorations are in, because that can be a little bit crowded, right? So that's what we're doing this week. If you're not part of the 30-day email series and you want to be, I will drop the link for you to sign up for that in the comments. We're day 19, so there's still time. There's still time for you to get involved, and it's just one little task every day to get your home in order, get the hosting areas of your home sorted out so that when Thanksgiving rolls around, you can just relax and have fun and enjoy the holiday season without stressing and doing that like, oh my God, company is coming over. I have to stress clean the house, right? We're not doing that this year. We're going to have a fun, calm, peaceful, joyful holiday season. So if you want to be part of the 30-day challenge, I'll drop the link in the comments, but come and join us. And I will see you then in your inbox tomorrow morning. All right. See you next time. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.